Are you excited to learn F5? If yes, this is the section you should start with. In this section, we'll go through the basic requirements for you to set up your own lab. This is one of my favorite sections where you and me will get hands-on with the product. Let us see what are the requirements. First of all, you need to have the F5 virtual image, which you can download it from F5 website. We'll see each step one by one on how you can get all these files. Then you can use VMware Workstation. I've just used this as an example. You can use any other product, be it ESXi host or any other server where you want to host the file. Then you would use F5 registration key to license your product. Now, in terms of system requirements, let us see what is it that we need. First thing which you need to keep in mind is the image that you are trying to download from F5 website is having the version 12.1.x and later. If you plan to install a lower version and you will try to install the license file, it will not get mapped. So you need to make sure that you download version which is later than 12.1.x. The various supported platforms are ESXi, KVM, Citrix Zen Server, or even in cloud you can configure all these products. The maximum throughput that it gives is 1 Mbps. Minimum disk space which is required to configure this product is 10 GB. Minimum memory is 2 GB per virtual CPU. And minimum processor required is 1 vCPU. If you are trying to provision a DNS, it can handle 1000 queries per second. If you have your own laptop with around 4 GB RAM or 8 GB RAM, setting up one F5 device should not be a problem. Now let us see, in order to get all the various files and components, what are the websites that I can visit. This website is where you will get the product registration key. You have to register yourself or create your own ID. Once you are registered, you can request the various keys to license your product. From this website, you can download trial version of VMware Workstation, which you can install on your laptop. This is the website from where you will get the F5 virtual image. And this specific article directs you to various hyperlinks which will give you more and more information about how to configure the device on various platforms. Let us go through each link one by one. This is the product trial website, wherein if you're visiting for the first time, you have to register yourself or you can create your login ID. Once you are registered, you can log in directly. So let me just click on login. Enter your credentials. And this is wherein you will enter the details of your trial and how many V trial keys do you need. If you are trying to set up HAPair, you can request 2 keys. Otherwise, one is enough. And in here, you enter the challenge and then just click on request license keys. You will receive the registration key within 30 minutes on your registered email ID. So once you register yourself on F5 website and request for the trial key, then you can download VMware Workstation following this link. Next is where you will download the F5 image. Using the same registration ID, you need to log in to the downloads website. Let's have a look. So once you log into the downloads website, the first view will be something like this. You click on find a download. In here, you can choose either BigIP version 12.x or 13.x. Let us say I click on version 12.x. In 12.x, you will have different versions. So let us say I choose 12.1.2. In 12.1.2, if you come down, you'll get an option for virtual edition. You just need to click this. Accept the agreement. And in here, you will get the image files for various platforms. So if you're trying to set up your lab in VMware Workstation, you can go with this specific file. In the interest of time, I have already downloaded this file. So let me open up this file on VMware Workstation. The moment you click this file, it will automatically be imported in your VMware Workstation. You can give it a specific name. And then just click on import. This starts the import process. This will take few minutes. Let me just fast forward this. Once the file gets imported, it will be shown on your left hand side of the F5 VMware Workstation settings. Once you right click, just go to the settings section. Here you will see 4 different adapters. Among these 4 different adapters, this adapter is your management interface, and rest of these adapters are your network interfaces. By default, it will be in bridged mode. You need to change these settings. Before we change these settings, let us go back and review the settings on our VMware workstation. So for that, you need to click on Edit and open Virtual Network Editor. In this, you will find different VM networks. So you need to ensure that you have one interface for management, one for your front end where the application traffic is hitting, and one network for your backend web servers. So in this specific example, VMnet 1 I have created for my management interface. If I select this interface, I would have to assign the subnet in which I'll be assigning the IPs. Then similarly for VMnet 2, I will create my subnet, and same goes for VMnet 3. For the ease of use, for management interface, I have chosen the network as 10.10.0.0. For VMnet 2, I have chosen as 10.10.10.0, and for VMnet 3, I have chosen 10.10.20.0. Now that we have already configured the workstation settings, let us go back and adjust our VM image settings as per our workstation. You click again on the settings section. The management interface you have to assign to your VMnet 1 interface. Then network adapter 2 will be assigned to your VMnet 2, and network adapter 3 will be assigned to your network adapter 3. Once this is done, if you click on the fourth adapter, you will see the settings have changed. And then you just click on OK. After clicking on OK, you need to power on the image. Just click on this icon. I am really very excited about this. Now my device is coming up. It will show the various boot logs since the whole system is booting up. It is coming up on BigIP 12.1.2. Then various file system checks, which usually are performed as part of boot process. You would not want to go through each and every log files, so let me just fast forward this. Once the boot process is completed, it will prompt you to log in. In here, the credentials which you are going to use is root as the username, and the password would be default. Now here comes up your CLI interface of the device. Next step would be to configure the management IP address for this device. To configure the management IP address, I need to just type config on the command line interface and give enter. it will pop up the management port setup utility, which I can use to configure my management port. So this is the default which is getting assigned from the VMnet interface. Do I want to use this? If I'm okay, click yes. Your management IP address configuration is done. Now, if you want to verify this configuration, the command which you will use is tmsh list sys management dash IP and give enter. It will show you the management IP address configuration. Once you have configured the management IP address, you need to ensure that this IP address is reachable from your host system. So on your host system, you open up the command prompt, and if you type ifconfig /all, this will give you the interface configuration with related to VMnet 1 and VMnet 2, which you have created in your workstation. VMnet 2, and this gets an IP address in the same subnet what you have defined. VMnet 1 gets an IP address in the management network. So from here you need to check if you are able to ping to the management IP address 10.10.0.129. I'm able to ping it. So after this, I will be opening my graphical user interface of the device. I open up the browser. I type in the IP address of the device and hit enter. The moment I hit enter, I will get a certificate error. The reason being the device is using a self-signed certificate, which is not being trusted by your browser. So you can just click on advanced and click on add exception, confirm security. That's it. Boom. Here you go. This is the first time that you are getting the interface of the device. Now, in order to log into the graphical user interface, the user ID will be admin, password will be admin. Then you click on login. Now I have logged into my device. Since this is the first time the device has booted up and there is no license on the device, it will show me as no license exists for this device. Then we need to follow each and every step to initially configure the device and bring it in production. We'll continue the initial configuration in our next section. Till then, we'll wind up this session. I hope this has been informative to you. Thank you for watching.